welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned with us. This is our fourth conversation, I believe, for this morning. And it's all about the Belize City Thunderbolts as they count down to their rematch with the Capital City Kings set for this Friday inside the Belize City Civic Center. And we have joining us on set Mr. Gregory Mogel, who's the CEO over at the Belize City Thunderbolts, Charles Garcia, one of the athletes on the team, as well as Mr. Victor Evans, no stranger to basketball, to this set, who is also an athlete for the Belize City Thunderbolts. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you all on set. Let's talk a bit about how, for you, Mr. Mogel, this season has been going so far. I believe we're in our 6th week at this point in time. What does it look like?
For the season, it's kind of at this point kind of a bit rocky, as we would say that. It will take a while for it to pick up and getting the fans coming out at the games and being very supportive. And it's not only for us, but it's over the entire league. But we can see improvement and we can see growth within the league because it's properly structured.
What was the considerations that were put in place when you all were forming this team specifically?
Well, the consideration that we put in place for the team was that we wanted to establish a great team. We wanted to have a team that can compete and a team that can win it all and take it all to the top. So, you know, it was a little bit hard structure. First time being in this position. I've been in the coaching arena most of my life, and being here now, it takes a lot. It takes a toll, but it's a wonderful thing. It's my passion, something that I love, and I don't have a problem doing.
Yeah, I imagine equally. The players on set with us can also say that they are pretty passionate about what they do as well. What has been the team morale behind the scenes so far since the start of the season?
The team morale is pretty good. We won our first couple games, and then we went on a little slump, but it didn't get us down. We knew that it was because of injuries and things like that. Now the team's back healthy, and then in addition with Charles as well. So, you know, we're ready to come back out and put on a show.
Yeah. And Charles, you're pretty new to the team here. You're also Belizean American. But what has it been like now joining the Thunderbolts?
It's new. Last year I was with them with the Hurricanes, Belizean Hurricanes. A lot of new faces. So I'm just trying to add my little, part to it. You know what I mean? After the slump that we in. So yeah.
What's the difference? What is it like playing in this new league and with this new team for you? Some familiar faces on the team for sure, but some of these guys were your opponents in the last league and in the last season. What has that adjustment been like for you?
It's been a huge adjustment because the team is basically like based off of our quote-unquote rivals, like Orange Walk and the Defenders. Those are basically the core of this team. Yeah. It's only 3 of us that played for the Hurricanes, so it's definitely different. It's a different experience, but it's going well. We gel together well. We having a lot of fun out there, so I like it.
How do you, Charles, carry the weight of the fact that there's this expectation that once you're the Belize City team, you're supposed to be the top team. You are the kings in this. And at this time, you're not the top team.
Yeah, sure.
Right? How do you carry that weight as the season progresses?
Well, at the end of the day, it's just basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
So it's just basketball at the end of the day. It's just an adjustment. That's all it says. Like what Vic just said, you know what I'm saying? A lot of new faces from different teams. So we just got to put the core together. Once we get the core together, we'll be right back into the top. So it's no pressure. It's still early in the season. And so like what Mr. Greg said, we just trying to, keep this ball rolling.
How different is this experience, playing for a Belizean team versus the experience that you gentlemen have been able to get traveling in other parts of the world?
It's like Chuck just said, it's just basketball. It's not too different. Yeah, we still have practice, still have workouts in the mornings and things like that. So it's the same routine, really.
How about from the public? Because I find that here in Belize, well, I don't know, I can't necessarily compare it to other places, but I really think we get so personal about these teams. When we think of what Paul said with the Belize City basketball team and what they've represented versus the others from outside the other districts. Do you find that for the teams that you've played for internationally, or at least outside of Belize, that the fan bases are just as passionate as the ones here in Belize?
I think so. I think it's more like personal, like playing out here, because I feel like I bump into people a lot. So I think that's the only difference. Like when I go other places, I don't really see people from the games too often, but in Belize, I always run into people that I was just talking to at the games and things like that. So.
Best road arena to play in here in Belize, based on the fans and the energy in the stadium.
Griga. For me, it's easily Griga.
Really? What about Griga?
It's just it's more intimate because of the gym.
Yeah.
Like all the fans are right there. They're loud from warm-ups.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the gym's filled. Everywhere else, the gym kind of like people kind of trickle in eventually, but Griga, from the national anthem, it starts like the crowd is just there, ready to go. The drums, everything. So I would pick Griga.
That answer shows that you know what you know, because I agree with that 100%. I've never been to a game in Griga where the energy isn't at an all-time high. Listen, even if the Dream Ballers are down, at a huge margin, whenever they make a point or score or a block or whatever, a steal, that energy is still high. We'll get back to you, Mr. Greg. You have a game coming up this Friday
night.
You lost to the Capital City Kings the last time you saw them, right?
Yes,
what's
did.
the adjustments you're going to make this time around?
One of the adjustments is that Chuck is in, who is going to be of a great help to our organization. Our team will be assisting Vic and Coupe. And we have Mr. Hall. He hasn't come in as yet. He had played already before.
Okay.
He didn't play in that game also. And like what Vic said, we went into a slump by injuries, and that really damaged us. But we feel that we are back out of that hole, and we are prepared for this Friday against the Bebel Pan. And I guarantee these guys are great, so it will be a victory.
What team has been, excuse me, what team that you guys have played with so far have presented as the biggest opponent since the start of the season?
Well, I guess you have to go with Tiger Sharks because they're at the top right now.
Yeah.
They're undefeated, so probably them. When they have their full team, they're pretty good. So.
Yeah. For you, what's important on the court where your athletes are concerned in terms of their mindset? What sort of mindset do you encourage them to have, regardless of where the score is at any moment in the game?
Basically, just to be focused, spend a lot of time, work together. Even if a team has a lead margin, it takes 10 minutes per quarter, and you can also, and we saw ourselves already down 12 points, and we trickled right back into it and we won. So it's being focused, listen to the coach, sharing with each other, supporting each other while being on the court, and I think success will always come.
I was just going to jump into Friday night for you to tell us what can be expected for fans and those coming out.
Well, it will be a good night. It's a night for bounce back for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And I'm asking all the fans and supporters from the city to come out and support the Thunderbolts, because we want to see the Civic rocking again, as people should be supporting the love of basketball, and we have these guys come out to showcase themselves and to give the fan a great treat for a night, and after that, well, it's an enjoyment time.
I wanted to ask, just because I'm not certain if it was mentioned already, but what were the grounds of the rematch between the Belmopan team? What's causing the rematch?
Well,
they're in the same conferences.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we actually, after Friday, we actually played them 2 more times as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because of how the new structure of how the league is. So the teams that are in your conference, you play them 4 times.
your thoughts on that? The structure is
conference.
completely different than what we know in Belize. I know it's something common in other countries across the world, but your thoughts on that?
I think there's a lot of games to play against one team, but I think it's fine. 4 games, you have an opportunity to really figure each other out by playoffs. So I think it's going to make the playoff games that much more intense because you're going to know all the plays that you run, so that the other team runs. Excuse me. So I think for playoffs, it'll bring the energy and the intensity up because you've seen that team so many times already.
And the Thunderbolts, you guys are in what division or what?
I don't really remember what the name of the division is.
Because there's the Maya Cup and then
We're in the Maya.
Toucan.
The Toucan, you're the Maya, you're in the Maya Cup, all right, and then you're going for the Jaguar. Coach, do you or CEO, do you think that this stipulation putting like a limit to foreign players has helped to advance the league or take it backwards?
Well, it has 2 parts to it. There was a clamoring from the public that they feel that there wasn't enough Belizean playing into the tournament, and so this new league decided that they would have 1 foreigner, 1 Belizean American, and 1 U21 player. That U21 is for development of our national U21 team. Whenever they travel, the exposure playing with Truck and with Vic will give them another level to move up. So it's a good structure, and they are looking forward for next year probably to increase it and probably to say add another foreigner, or you can have 2 Belizean American. But as it grows, people want to see more Belizeans play. You know, sometimes they clamor about it, and then sometimes they are frustrated. But it's hard to go there and you have a cousin, you have an uncle or a brother playing, and he doesn't get an opportunity to be on the court.
Yeah.
So now you're paying to go to the game to see your own native play and being supportive by the foreigner and the Belizean American.
And I think that's one of the things that we've commended about this league, the way that it's so Belizean centered, where the previous league you could have really found ways to incorporate more foreigners, and some of the Belizean athletes essentially felt robbed because they felt that they had the ability to be on the court as well. Yeah.
All right, so where can we get tickets?
The tickets will be at Civic Center the same night of the game. The booth will be open at 6 o'clock in the evening, and tip-off time for the game gets started at 9.
9.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, gentlemen,
We'll be having food on sale, drinks on sale, so be supportive of our fans. Come out and support the Thunderbolts.
all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for having us.
All right, we take our final break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have a hot take on a debate topic having to do with Indigenous language in schools. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.